Hello and welcome back to City Skylines After Dark. Last time, what did we do last time? Yes, we built this, what is supposed to be a high-class district. It's not particularly high class right now. It's actually, you know, like middle to low class. That's unfortunate, but it will improve. I swear to goodness I'm gonna make it improve. We built this little residential district. We built some paths between the two areas. Overall, it was quite nice, and apparently a bunch of abandoned buildings showed up. I didn't even notice them, or maybe they showed up as I was doing my exit last time, I don't know. But they are here nonetheless, and it just happened. Anyway, what do we need to do now? One of the first things we talked about was the necessity to name this district. So let us district it up. Just like that. I don't know what that song was, but it was terrible. Disgusting. Putrid. I'm gonna die because I heard that. I'm gonna die even more because I said it. So bad. Okay. So this shall be called... The Prize Inside? And you'd ask... I'm gonna put a question mark on it. The Prize Inside, and you'd ask to yourself, why would you call it the Prize Inside? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's a market district. Why? Well, the reason is the egg shape here. And the prize inside is the many commercial objects you can purchase here. Yeah, it's a pretty terrible name. Maybe we'll change it at some point. Maybe I just will never actually get back to it because I'm a lazy little prick. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's right there. Now it's named, and we're all happy. It's a terrible name. Okay. We need to expand our residential because people are saying, mate, we need more residential. And I'm thinking, mate, you are completely correct. That is very important. So let us create some residential right now. So I was talking about the overall plan for our city being... Oh, no arches? That's unfortunate. Anyway, the overall plan for our city being that this area would be more metropolitan. This area, I don't even know. It's just going to be disgusting. And down here is going to be like a high-class area. So we're going to build a nice high-class area. So let's start with a main road for the high-class area. Going right up here. Perhaps at some point we can expand in this direction and maybe get some stuff up on the hill. That'd be cool. I like that. That sounds like a nice idea, don't you think? And it looks more interesting than this place down here. We could get like all of this. Ooh, all of this area. That'd be nice. Sounds nice. Okay. That is a plan. Although right now we cannot execute the plan because we need to actually build this sector. It'll have to wait for another time. There we go. Okay, we've got our roundabout up there. We'll upgrade this road to move into the roundabout to allow for a fluid motion into and out of this little district area. Okay. So what are we thinking for a high-class district? A high-class district can't be gridded off. That just does not work for high-class people. High-class people like just like countryside rolling roads. They like to pretend that they, you know, are close to nature. So not as many houses, although I'm gonna just pack it full of houses. That's just the reality. I wonder if I can get... Oh, I can. Can I get a nice tunnel going right under this hill? Oh, look at that. That is nice. Oh, is that nice? Just say yes. Look at it. It goes into the hill. You're going through and you're like, okay, there's a hill. Oh, look at this. There's a little tunnel and it goes straight through the hill and comes out the other side. How brilliant. Love it. And let's have that connect up through a little windy road right up to this area. Making a disgustingly shaped roundabout but on the other hand, it is a really nice road, so it's acceptable for a disgustingly shaped roundabout to exist there in the name of that really nice road. So now let's put some nice curvy roads going in here and connecting up here. It's going to be kind of a haphazard system for putting the roads in, because it doesn't really matter. It's just going to be mostly residential and a bit of that low density commercial. Nothing really big. Nothing that's going to create a ton of traffic. That's a nice layout. Let's stick with that for now. And let's throw down some of that residential. Okay. This is the only tool for this job. We just have to paint everything in a shade of green that no one understands except for the high class. Because of course the high class understand that the green is representative of envy. How they envy their neighbor for having a larger house than them, even though all of their houses are literally the size of a commercial airliner. Which is really large, in case you haven't, like, I don't know, looked at houses ever. A house the size of a commercial airliner is, well, yeah, that's pretty big. I'd say it's not the biggest, though. I mean, I think mansions are, at least in terms of floor space, significantly larger than a stinking commercial aircraft. I mean, a commercial aircraft is tiny, isn't it? Just think about it. It's tiny in comparison to a mansion. It's like a little squirrel trying to go up against a massive bear. Which one is larger? If it's the squirrel, there is a problem, and we need to address this because there's probably genetically enhanced squirrels running around. And personally, that is a terrifying thought. I don't want genetically enhanced squirrels. That's terrible. Okay, let's give these guys... Oh. Gonna have to give them some public works. And that will probably do. There's a bit of a lack right in here in terms of the coverage. But I think this will do. They'll still be able to get in there. It'll be fine. Just trust me. Just trust me. We need to put in a police station. Get some water out to there. I'm not sure if the electrical... Okay, the electrical has hooked up, so that's fine. And then we need to put in some schooling. It looks like we'll have a couple schools in here, which is strange. I wouldn't think that they'd need more than one school. But they are, after all, really high-class people. So let's put in 2 schools, just to cover our bases, and a high school right in the middle. Perfect. Now they are truly high-class people, except for the fact that we haven't put in all the parks that they need. Because high-class people love their parks. They love to walk around it, contemplate reality, consider the words of Thoreau as he goes out into the forest, considering particularly every little crack in the ice of the pond, considering to themselves what it would be to be a poor person, but of course not really caring enough to actually go out of their way to do it, unlike Thoreau, who's friggin' ridiculous and decided it was a great idea to, you know, just be like, today seems like a good day for me to just go out into the middle of the woods and pretend that I don't actually have any money or influence or power on anything, even though I am actually decently, you know, well off. I believe that it is best if in the end we all just, you know, don't have anything. It'd be better. You just need your own confidence in yourself. That's Thoreau for you. Strange man. And apparently it's turned night, which is, I do have to note, it's very disconcerting to start putting things down, then come back and it's nighttime. I thought there'd be some light there. Statue of Wealth. They need this. They need this so bad. They need it so bad. Oh, it creates a bit of noise pollution. That's interesting. Didn't know that. But it doesn't really matter, does it? It's going to have a nice waterfront view. Look at that. Ooh. It's just a guy with a coin. It's a really uninspired Statue of Wealth. I'm going to level with you. It's pretty terrible. Okay. So the Cedar residents are now being built up, along with every other friggin' residence in the area. It's going to take a little while for it to get to the high class level that it needs to, But until then, it should be fine. Oh, look at it all. Nice. So we built that. It'll start filling out. Apparently our residential demand just dropped like a stone, which is disgusting. I really wanted significantly more residential demand than that. Although it does appear that there's some form of industrial demand. That's strange. I wouldn't have expected that, to say the least. What is this? What is this issue? Not enough customers. I think we need public transportation at this point. We have enough different sections of the city that I believe that would be quite important. So let us build the dreaded bus depot. And you'd say, why is the bus depot dreaded? Well, in reality, we do have to face the fact that I'm not very good at setting up bus routes. By I'm not very good at setting up bus routes, I mean I'm really bad at setting up bus routes. It's terrible. Okay. Well then, let's set up our first bus route. Where shall they all converge? Because they should all converge somewhere, right? No, I don't think they need to. Okay. Here's how we're going to set up this bus route. Because I think we need an overall plan so that they don't end up as terribly as they have in the past. So, we're going to have individual bus routes inside of the districts. And then we're going to have one big bus route link up all of them. That should be fine. What is this thing? Bus station is a hub for bus traffic, and it acts as a designated place where a bus or coach starts or ends its scheduled route. Interesting. So if we didn't want them to end their route here, we could have them end their route elsewhere. I don't think that'll be terribly useful for now, but maybe later. That'll be key for everything. Okay, let's start by linking up Darvel Square. Okay, we'll have it go down this way, down all of the streets very nicely. It's gonna come over this way, and I think come up this road, perhaps? No, go this way. Oh, this road doesn't hook up here, so we're just gonna have it go this way. And then this way, back over to here, down to complete the line. And that should be perfectly fine for the Darvel Square line. Now let's set up the Technonauts Council of Supremacy. It's a really hard name to say. I do have to note, it's actually quite difficult. Okay, we'll put that there. Have that link up. This is a pretty easy place. It's fairly small. Not that many bus routes need to be set up. And then we can just have a small route going through here because there's really not much to this place. It just goes around like that. It's a tiny little carousel of a bus route. Why is it such a disgusting carousel? Why didn't people consider, you know, making it a nice carousel? Why did it have to be disgusting? Probably because it's in one of my cities and I can't help but have everything in my city be vaguely disgusting in some way. If it were nice, it wouldn't be in my city. That's just the case. Okay, so those are set up. Now let's have a whole new route. How can we create a line that goes to these places? I don't know. Let's just have it stop like right across the street. Can we do that? Okay, we'll have it create a new line there. It'll come up into here and create a stop there. It'll then go over to the Technonauts, to the Paper Mills United Limited Rulers of, before it goes down to the prize inside and heads back to the Technonauts Council of Supreme. Well, it should probably go down here first. We'll have the main bus stop like right, not on the roundabout. That's a terrible idea. Don't have it on the roundabout, but it's such a windy road. We have to have it stop somewhere logical. So it's going to stop there. and then come back up to there. No, 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 no. Right there. There, it's completed the line now. Now the final thing that we have to do is friggin', you know, actually name these stinking lines and differentiate them. Okay, Darvel Square. This shall be the Darvel Square line. Line activity, day and night, of course. The line shall be red, just for the sake of it. Hey, name yourself properly, bus line. You must remain named the Darvel Square line, or else I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Probably something terrible that you will regret. Okay, so then we need the Technonauts line. The Techno line. These are boring names, aren't they? I'm sorry! Sometimes you just have to go with boring names. At least it's green. You'd ask, how does green have anything to do with techno? Well, of course, it's the friggin' lines of code that are going down. They're all green. Come on now. It makes some sense. The Industry Express of Doom. There. Vaguely interesting name. Are you happy now, people? I hope you're happy. If you're not happy, you should probably consider, like, I don't know, telling me why you're not happy. I might not care, it's to be noted, but on the other hand, I might care and I might give you some terrible advice, and that's always an option. This is not the prize. That is the bus route for here, which shall be, I guess, purple? Why not? And then we'll just have the main connector line right there. Boring name, but it's good enough. Shut up, public transportation. That's perfectly fine. There we go. Now we have named all of our lines. The buses are their separate colors. We have tons of buses running, and it's about time that we set up some lanes with bus lanes. That's right, we actually have buses, people. So let's upgrade these guys to 6-lane roads with bus lanes so that it's slightly easier for our buses to actually make it around places, because if it's not easy for our buses to make it around places, it's actually going to be pretty bad for our city if you were to think about it. Oh, good lord, that's terrible. I mean, if you were to think about it, obviously that is really bad. That's really bad, but that's not what I meant. If you were to think about it, you would understand that buses getting from place to place is quite important for a city. And of course, we feel the same way here in Holdensburg. So we have built many bus lanes, of course, at the great sadness of quite many motorists who are now going to be quite angry about that fact and probably begin throwing banana peels onto the bus lanes in an attempt to cause the buses to crash. Of course, they apparently don't understand the fact that buses do not crash when they hit a banana peel, but it doesn't. They're not the most intelligent people, okay? We're just gonna put it that way. They're not the greatest. Oh, good lord. We've cut off Holdensburg from the Technonauts Council of Supremacy, which, in hindsight, is actually probably a good thing. It's not really hindsight, but you know, whatever. But on the other hand, we're going to have to put them back together because I built it this way to begin with, and it shall remain this way forever. Oh, good lord. Oh, I see. Slightly lower, isn't it? There we go. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah, because it goes over that stinking little firehouse. Look at that firehouse. So disgusting. So disgusting. Okay. So we've set up a ton of public transportation. We have built a high-class zone. The prize inside apparently is collapsing in on itself, which is unfortunate. But it has to be done at some point. And look at this place. It's nice. It's quaint. What level are we? Level 1. That's dumb. You guys have more than enough education. More than enough parks. You have all of your services except for health. That is duly noted. You do not have a clinic. Looks like you're going to need 2 clinics. So let's put a clinic here right next to the school. so that the children don't get sick and die of tuberculosis. Those little pricks getting tuberculosis all the time, being like, "Oh, sir, I'm dying of tuberculosis. This is quite unfortunate." Well, why don't you just get over it? Tuberculosis isn't that bad, is it? It's only like seriously a really bad illness if you don't get medical attention, which if you don't get medical attention for tuberculosis at this point, I mean, you're either in a third world country, which is a completely logical reason to not get treated for tuberculosis, or you're just an idiot and decided that it was a good idea to not get treated for it, which is probably the least likely of the two, but I'm standing by that. Anyway, we need a cemetery as well, so we're going to build a cemetery out here. That was probably a bad idea, this little hook here. Okay, I'm going to put the cemetery... Oh, good lord. I want it right here. Just right there. Go ahead, throw down a cemetery. Perfect. And that should service these people. Admittedly, it's a bit hard to get to, but it's okay. They'll be fine, I swear. Why do you need water in a cemetery? To water the plants? There's a river right over there. I'll admit that's like actually quite a ways away. But you can get like little children to haul the buckets of water and be accused of terrible child labor and then be shut down, and it ends up that now, oh my lord, the people don't actually have a cemetery anymore because they were using child labor to haul the water from the river. Who would have thunk it? Why would you do that? It's the child labor cemetery fun time. Oh my lord, I love that that fits. Child labor cemetery fun time. Best daycare in the world. My lord, why are you people parking on a side of a freaking roundabout? And what in the heck is that thing? Oh. Good God, that is disgusting. What kind of car even is that? Oh, covered in flowers. Anyway, with that disgusting revelation, that brings us to the end of our episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we shall continue the expansion of Holdensburg, probably out this way, probably. And then eventually onto here once we start getting high-density districts. But until then, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.